say, man, that was a great atmosphere. That's what college football is all about. I mean, that was a great environment. Two top teams in the country. I mean, that's what Florida State's supposed to be. On a rivalry game, they've had a great year. We've had a great year. Everybody was nationally relevant in what we did. And I want to say a special thanks to our seniors. They just became the winningest senior class in Florida State history with 49 wins in 4 years. And they're 49-5. That's a heck of a run by a senior class. I mean, my hat's off to them and what they did. They keep setting the standard higher and higher. That's what we want. They talked about the legacy they wanted to leave. And we had some goals that slipped away from us this year with a couple losses. This team was about one thing. It was about class and character. We challenged that for the rest of the year. And I think after that second loss, they really became and just showed the kind of guys they really were. How they played, they've gotten better and better each week. Had a lot to play for. People ask, well, what do you got to play for? When you're playing football, you're playing at Florida State. There's a legacy there. And the legacy they just left for the guys, the next group to come on. That's what it's all about. And for those young guys to have a chance for the future and what it stands for and what they're doing and where this program can go. But, the challenge today was very simple. We challenged them to play, leave it all on the field. They did. There's some guys that played their heart and souls out. They played as a team, and they always say love is the reason for the fight. This team loved each other, played for each other, did a heck of a job. And, we said this team had to climb a mountain. This team has really become what I thought it could become. I'm as proud of this football team as any team I've ever been around. I really am. And because they've had achieved a lot of things, and you say, well, what can this team keep achieving? What does it keep showing what Florida State's about? And today is really not about the past. It's not about the future. It's about what this football team has done this year and today. And I can't be prouder of it. We have a lot of great players in the last couple of years that have left this program, went on to play on Sundays, and I think we got another group coming out. But this team just keeps that legacy alive, and there's some young players in this team. It's fun to be around, and I love coaching. They're a heck of a football team. They really are. They're a really, really, really good football team and a great group of guys. You look at that locker room, man. There's better people on that team than our players, and we're fortunate in Florida State to have them. That's for sure. Questions?
The decision to go for it on 4th and goal from the one. Can you just walk us through mindset?
3rd and an inch, 4th and an inch. We can't make it. We don't deserve to win it. And I don't want to come out there taking the momentum of the game and having that 6-0 where one play could change the ball game back. And if we didn't, we'd have them pinned back, and we thought we wanted to do that. Now, I knew when we hit on the inch line, I said, don't matter. We're going for it on 2 different plays, depending on what they did. And wanted to get a 2-score lead, and then finally scratch and claw and finally get to a 3-score lead. We kept shooting ourselves in the foot, but we were down here to win the football game. You don't go on the road and play passes against great football teams.
You got some scores late, but it was a great defense game.
Oh, our defense was awesome. Our defense was awesome. And again, offensively, the thing about it was you scored points and did that, but didn't turn the football over. Kept the field position battle, kept moving. Our defense was outstanding. I mean, the leverage on the ball, pressure on the quarterback, keeping him. I mean, he got a couple scrambles. He's a heck of an athlete. But we controlled the lines of scrimmage, and just very proud of them. And I'd say they're a heck of a defensive football team now. I mean, we had some runs where we'd have everybody block with one guy, and they could be big runs where they were just making plays, and they did a great job. Our defense, man, basically a shutout. They had a shutout today.
Jimbo, Dalvin seems to get Talk about that.
That's what great. At the end of the day, he said 183. He got a lot late, he got early, but even catching the ball, the backfield blocking. Dalvin's a player. Dalvin's a competitor. He's a fighter. Talk about how skilled he is and how fast he is. Better talk about how tough he is. I mean, there are a lot of great backs in this country. That guy's as good as any of them. That guy's as good as anybody out there, bar none, in everything he does. I mean, and I know there's some great ones. They're all great, but to have that guy and just his character, what he means, and how he carries himself, and the effect he has on his teammates, I can sit there and go, we can do the whole press conference on him.
Last week you talked so much about just correcting mistakes. You said, hey, hopefully we can get down to no false starts with the offensive line. What was your thoughts on the way they played tonight?
They did a great job as far as that goes. We have one with the tight end. Now they had some miscommunications up front. A couple, I ain't gonna get into them. There was a couple. They come off and heard the play wrong and did some things wrong early, and wow. I went, wow. We had to calm them down. But then they just kept pounding it. But there's so many young guys up there. So many guys haven't been in that situation. And Everly in there making those calls as a freshman. And just extremely proud of our offensive line, the way they kept battling. When they had to put the game away at the end to get the 3-score lead and run the clock out, they did it.
Jimbo, how you played on the road today, considering you had some struggles in the past, what does it say about the growth of this team?
Well, that was a challenge I had with this team. I said, all right, we haven't played as well on the road this year. This is the next step we need to take. This is the final thing that we need to do as a football team to prove that this is a great team. And we wanted to do that, get double-digit wins, and win it on the road and play well on the road, and they did it, and I'm extremely proud of them.
Jeremy Kirk, for that to be his catch ever, a big moment.
That's a
there for
pretty
him.
big moment now. And Deshaun to get off the boot, we should have had that guy block. We blocked down, and the guard was supposed to get on, and he went past him, and Sean outran him. And to find that's a backside read. We had it was another. That's his, that's his last read on the play, and to make that throw and stuck it in there. Now that was a big time play by both guys. And what a catch by Kirk. I'm gonna tell you what I say about Jeremy. You talk about a kid who cares and means something to every snap and everything he does. He has a tremendous heart and plays extremely hard.
You touched on this, but to win 10 games, to self-position out of probably go to the Super Bowl, not going to the ACC championship, not in the playoff, those things.
Oh, I mean, when you talk about, I said that, when you go back through the dynasty years, there was only 2 national championship teams in there, and they had so many heartbreaking losses. And the dynasty, to me, was how they responded to those things and kept the pride of the organization going. And that's what this team did. Yeah, you may not win the championship every year. That doesn't mean you don't have to be a great football team. If you don't win a championship, doesn't mean you're not a great football team. And what they achieved and what they did, and that's what the dynasty years were about, all those years. And that's what, to me, that's what this team showed it has the same capabilities to do in that regard.
But this is the first time FSU's won 3 straight from Swan. What do you say about how hard it is to win games?
Let me tell you something. You go back and think about them now. I mean, we have one was that was one of the ugliest games ever offensively. We won 21-7 on a great effort. And offensively, we had the national championship year. We played really well. And then to come in, this game was a slugfest. You just don't come into games and win 3 in a row. I mean, this is one of the toughest places in all of college football to play. The atmosphere, the environment, but more importantly, the athletes and the coaches. Jim McElwain's a heck of a football coach. He did a great job. They got great players, and they played their tails off, and we did too. But to come down here and win, to have that is. There's a tremendous respect in my mind, in our players' mind, to be able to do, not that they won, but they know how hard it is out of respect for how good Florida is.
Going along with that, 2 points, the lowest point scored ever in this rivalry by Florida. Just what does it say about your defense and just how great it is?
And if we hadn't had a minute, what happened on that one, one to give up 2 points, we had a miscommunication up front on the offensive line that we had a protection call, and they thought it was a different play, and let a guy loose, and we've been a shutout. I mean, that's unbelievable. I mean, our defense was utterly dominating in the game. I mean, did everything. And then when they did get a couple drives down to the red zone or tight zone, they just stiffened and didn't panic. And Charles Kelly and that staff, man, what a job they're doing. They did one heck of a job now.
Have you ever had safety as good as Derwin James as a freshman?
As a freshman, I had one other guy that did that. That other guy had 120 tackles as a freshman. When I wasn't the head coach. He was the SEC freshman of the year, a guy named Martavis Houston. But I don't know if he was as complete in the pass game. You know what I mean? He was one of them 220-pound guys that was a flyer to knock people out. It was a phenomenal player back in 1995. But Derwin James is good as any other.
And with some of the discussion nationally about your future, did you feel like we need to address the team about that at all this week?
It's clutter. I told them there wasn't nothing there. I mean, if there was something there, they know this. If there was something there, I would tell them. We have a great relationship back and forth. And if they wanted to ask me, they could have walked up and asked me. You know what I'm saying? That's the way we talk all the time. They trust me, I trust them. And when there's issues, I tell them, and they can tell me. And so we didn't have to address it. We just go play ball.
What does that say about their ability to focus now?
It is. It's maturity. They're growing. And then the trust factor with us is growing.
Coach, another year 2-0 against your in-state rivals, Miami, Florida. You also
South Florida too, all of them.
You also put an end to Florida's any shot of a playoff hope. Just as a coach, who takes more pride in this, the coaches or the players? Just your thoughts on how
I mean, it's not that what you take away from somebody, it's what you do. I mean, we're not about trying to take something away from anybody. We're about what we can accomplish ourselves and control what we can control. Is how we play, the class we play with, the dignity we play with. I mean, they've got a great football team. And there'll be times when we both had things on the line that, you know, they may get us or we may get them. It's not about taking something away from anybody. This is a great football team in Florida and a great organization. We're just about trying to be the best we can be in Florida State. That's all we worry about.
Jimbo, Dalvin's gone over 100 yards in 8 games. If you could say something to the microphone, these people that are doubting him for some reason, what would you say?
Open your eyes. But that guy, I mean, what else he got to do? Tell me what else he's got to do. You go back to the touchdown runs, the big plays, yards after I mean, you look it up. And again, I think those other guys are phenomenal. I don't mean to take anything away, but he deserves a seat at that table too. He's as good as any of those guys, and I don't mean it in disrespect to them. I think they're all phenomenal. I just think it's a special year.
You said during the week special teams would be a factor. It seemed like you guys.
We were controlling the field, huge in this game. Field position, covering kicks, kicking the ball. Got a block field goal. Made a 51-yard field goal. Hit all of our field goals. punted the ball well, covered well. Bobo snagged and punched. I mean, just covered kicks. That was tremendous in the game. We knew it would be.
One more. For Roberto, it was easy as he makes it look, but more easy kicks for him to make. They gave pretty big times, too.
Oh, they did. I mean, that's what he does. That's Roberto.
Jimbo, a lot of really good teams in the state. Again, you guys are the state champions. What does that mean to you and the program?
It's the first goal. I mean, you got to win your own state. If you want to go win a national championship in AC, you got to win your own state first. And you got to do both of those things. And like I said, we play everybody in the state. And that's one of the good things about it. So, and this football richest state as there is in the country. So if we can keep winning, that helps in recruiting, helps in everything. And that's our first goal. And Florida and Miami are huge games for us as South Florida.
Jimbo, what's it say about Sean? He gets blindsided, fumbles, and then ends up recovering the end zone to save 5.
Hard go. So, to me, that's just an indication of what this team stands for. I think that play may epitomize how these kids play, how much heart they have, what they have, that they don't feel sorry for themselves to go do whatever I got to do for my teammate. Something happened there, and I'm gonna there's a mistake and there's something going wrong. I'm gonna minimize it and not let it maximize as much as I can. And it's their heart and soul and how hard they play.
All right, one more.
Jimbo, I know the players can come to you and talk about the clutter, but have you talked to President Thrasher or anybody let them know you send them things?
No, I mean this is a game. That's clever. We'll have discussions after the game on what we're doing. We have a job to coach a game, play a game, do a game. I mean you don't have time for all that stuff beforehand. Just trust everybody and be honest with everybody. Everything's good.
All right, thank you.